Barnaby noticed a flower on a nearby branch, a single blossom, pale and delicate and beautiful. But tonight, it was different from usual. The rain had filled its petals with water, and the flower was bowing down, gracefully and slowly. The blossom was a living example of surrender, a flower that had accepted the weight of the rain and found peace in that acceptance. The blossom was heavy with rain, each petal holding a small pool of water, and the weight was pulling the flower downward, not breaking it, just bending it, in the most gentle, most natural arc, a perfect curve of surrender. The flower's stem was a graceful arch, bending without losing its strength, like a dancer bowing at the end of a performance. Barnaby watched the flower from his branch, his sleepy eyes fixed on the rain-heavy blossom. It looked like it was bowing to the earth, a flower paying deep respect to the ground below, to the rain that had given it such a gentle burden. The flower was not suffering under the weight. It was participating in a ritual of grace, a slow bow that would last through the night. The flower continued to bow, lower and lower, but never too far. Its stem was strong and flexible, bending without breaking, allowing the blossom to find its own comfortable angle, the angle of deepest rest. The flower was finding the position of least resistance, the exact angle where the weight of the water was balanced perfectly by the strength of the stem. Water droplets collected in the center of the flower, a tiny pool of rainwater resting in the petals. The blossom had become a cup, a natural vessel holding the night's rain, and it was perfectly content to carry that weight, to be filled to the brim and bow down in gratitude. The flower was giving thanks to the rain in the only way it knew, by holding it close and bending with grace. Barnaby felt his own body wanting to bow down too, to bend gently and rest. The rain-heavy flower was showing him the most natural way to relax, to let gravity do its gentle work, to accept rather than resist. The flower was teaching him that there was no shame in bending under a burden, that sometimes the most beautiful response to weight was not to resist, but to yield gracefully. The blossom had found its resting position, bowing down at a soft angle, its petals still holding water, still carrying the rain's gentle weight, and looking more peaceful than any flower Barnaby had ever seen. A portrait of perfect surrender. The flower had stopped bowing. It had reached its natural resting angle, the point where the weight of the water and the strength of the stem had found perfect balance. The flower was not struggling against the weight. It was accepting it, embracing it, letting the rain pull it into a position of rest, like a head bowing onto a pillow. The most natural, sleepy posture in the world, the flower had become a living lesson in the art of letting go. A demonstration that resistance was not the only response to pressure. That surrender could be a form of strength. Barnaby's eyelids grew heavier. The bowing flower was a lullaby for the eyes, so graceful and so calm, a blossom that understood the beauty of letting go, of bending down and resting, of trusting the weight that life places upon you. The flower had chosen rest over resistance, and in that choice, it had found a deeper, more beautiful form of life. Each petal of the flower held its own tiny droplet, a miniature world of water resting on soft petal surfaces, catching the moonlight and holding it like tiny jewels on a pale crown, like stars that had fallen into the flower's embrace. The droplets were the flower's reward for its surrender, tiny diamonds that only appeared when the flower stopped fighting the weight and accepted its burden. The droplets shimmered gently, not moving, not falling, just resting on the petals as the petals rested in their bow. Everything was at rest. The flower, the water, the droplets, all of them in the most peaceful arrangement. A perfect still life of the rainy forest. The flower and the water had reached a state of perfect cooperation. Each drop held safely by a petal that had accepted its role as a cup. Barnaby watched the droplets with half-closed eyes. The shimmering water on the bowing petals was the most beautiful sight. A flower wearing rain like jewelry. A blossom adorned with the night's gentlest gifts. Each droplet a tiny mirror reflecting the moon. The flower had become a chandelier of water and light, a crown of jewels worn by the most graceful subject in the forest kingdom. Barnaby fell asleep, bowing gently on his branch, his head tilting downward like the rain-heavy flower, his body relaxed and accepting of gravity's pull, mimicking the blossom's graceful rest, letting his own weight carry him into sleep. He let his head fall forward, his chin touching his chest, the same gentle bow that the flower had shown him, the posture of perfect surrender. The flower continued to bow through the night, holding its rainwater cup, shimmering with droplets, a pale, graceful shape in the dark canopy, teaching the forest the art of gentle surrender. The flower would hold its bow until morning, until the sun came to dry the droplets and lighten the load. But for now, it was perfectly content in its curved position of rest. Barnaby slept, his body curved like the bowing flower, his breathing as calm as the still water in the petals, the rain-heavy blossom, and the sleepy sloth, both resting in the most natural, most graceful way, both understanding that sometimes the most beautiful thing you can do is simply bow down and let the night hold you, to accept the weight that life places upon you, and find in that acceptance a deeper, more peaceful form of rest.